Call the Gold Hotline now and learn how to protect your money and your assets with gold and silver. And learn how to set up a new IRA or roll over your current one into a gold-backed IRA. Protect your money from the next market crash with gold and silver. Call now for your free gold guide.
800-535-7789. 800-535-7789. 800-535-7789. That's 800-535-7789.
Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to Fifth Street Sports here on Sports Byline, SB Nation Radio Network, and also on the American Forces Network. My name's Frank Perez, and I'm joined also, thank goodness for my co-host Oklahoma Brian and Florida Rick on a beautiful Thursday afternoon here again in Las Vegas. I keep saying how nice it is in Vegas because it's 80 degrees and clear all the time, and I know it's got to be making some of you East Coasters a little sick. But anyways, guys, we're back. And Brian, the only thing I can say is after your last three picks yesterday is you remind me of a restaurant I used to go to, you know, this used to be right by my cleaners that I owned, that I used to go to all the time. It was called The Sizzler. Because right now, brother, I mean, if I was within 50 feet of you, I think you can fry an egg as hot as you are.
You know, I know of a dessert place that that you remind me of, Frank.
What's that, Crown Central?
Frozen yogurt.
Oh, no, that wasn't me, brother, because remember, we both came, I mean, I gave you the kudos because we both came up with Florida and Tampa Bay on the ice. I let you have it because, you know, you liked it. And then you also had the Lakers. Rick, you were a little bit chilly yesterday with the over in that Boston game.
Luckily, we got the first half there.
Yes.
Thanks to a fifth inning meltdown by Ryu. So we kind of split that one. But yeah, they scored no more runs after the fifth inning. We had 6 runs after the fifth, and we couldn't get another run the rest of the game. But at least we got the first half over in the bottom of the fifth, and we'll take it.
Exactly right, Brian. But yesterday, Tampa on the ice, Florida on the ice, the Lakers on the hardwood, 3-0 after the. I mean, these guys' accounts that call in or have been listening to our show, they gotta feel like Cartman on South Park. You know what I mean? They gotta be really fat.
I'm thinking about renouncing my amateur status and going pro, Frank.
Well, you don't have to. Why don't you just get an intern dealer and don't go pro yet. Call one of these shoe companies and get an internship for $1 million or $2 million before you go pro.
I like it. I followed it. Let's make sure we cover that today because I saw that story also. That is fascinating. I think it could end up changing the way sneaker companies recruit players.
I got something on that too. When we come back from this break, you're going to have the ball, and then you're going to throw it to Rick and me because we got something on this too. Fifth Street Sports, Oklahoma Brian, Florida Rick, and Frank Perez. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. We got a great show for you today.
Where do you want to go on a vacation or honeymoon? The Caribbean, Europe, Hawaii, Mexico? How about Disney or a cruise? At Superior Cruise and Travel, we've got you covered. We'll assign you your own travel concierge. They'll help you design a custom vacation plan that you can't find online. And the service is completely free. You can't compare the value of this to any other online travel company. We can help you plan a custom vacation anywhere in the world. We even offer payment plans with no credit card required. Now you pay off your vacation on your time schedule. Call now and mention the promo code RADIO and save up to $500. Book your custom trip. Call Superior Cruise and Travel now and talk to one of the highest rated travel agencies in the country with a 5-star A+ online rating.
800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. That's 800-570-9631.
Hey travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1780. 855-325-1780. That's 855-325-1780.
This is Bully Ray. This is Jay Lethal.
Dalton Castle from Ring of Honor to tell you that Honor Club.
Honor Club is the ultimate ROH experience. Join now for live streaming access to Survival of the Fittest
And all 4 nights of the Global Wars Tour.
Also, get on-demand access to past Ring of Honor events, out-of-print compilations,
50% off pay-per-views,
and more.
or better yet,
Go VIP and receive every major pay-per-view for free,
including Final Battle.
Honor Club is more than a network. Skip the line for pre-sale ticket access to live events and receive 15% off at ROHProShop.com on exclusive apparel, DVDs, replica championships, and more.
Go to ROHHonorClub.com.
ROHHonorClub.com.
Or open the ROH app now. Available on all Apple and Android devices and Roku.
We are Honor Club, and honor is real.
We're back here on 5th Street Sports. You know, you can find us, we broadcast through the Sports Byline SB Nation Radio Network. Also, folks, you can stream us live, too, on youtube.com, slash 5th Street Sports Talk. Well, you guys, I go to the meat market once in a while, and I've always noticed that they have different cuts of meat, like U.S. Prime, filet mignon, and then the chuck, the stuff with a lot of fat. Well, after this new shenanigans that we've been reading on it, I know I'm going to throw the ball over here to Brian in a second on this New Balance thing with this Baisley kid. You can tell that, if you were in, these kids should be very well aware that this is like a meat market now, because not only did he divert the G League for $125,000, but now he becomes an intern for New Balance for $1 million. And they told him, we'd rather have you do office time than court time. It doesn't matter, kid. Here's $1 million. So these kids got to feel like they're just meat. What do you think of that?
Well, I think they know. I think they've always known their meat. It's just a better way of paying for the meat. So basically, and I don't understand why he couldn't have done the deal with the G League, and also, essentially you're a pro once you sign with the G League. There's no reason he couldn't have a sneaker endorsement too. But essentially, what he's doing, and this is one part of that Adidas trial that didn't get covered completely. So a big part of paying these kids, they want them to go to a particular school to wear a certain sneaker. That was obvious, and that was mentioned. But there's also another element that's not really talked about, and that's the finder's fee that agents get. So if you steer a player to an agent is going to get 4% of the first contract the player signs. And you can get that. Typically, you can get up to 1% of that. You can get a quarter of that for steering the player to that agent. So that's a significant issue in this. And in this particular case, this guy is going to get $1 million, but it's $1 million over 5 years. It's $200,000 a year, assuming he makes an NBA. So the first year, they're just going to give him the $200,000, I believe, and then each subsequent year he has to be on the NBA roster. So essentially, you could argue this a few different ways, but from where I sit, it looks like he's simply borrowing against his future NBA earnings. In other words, somebody has to make that, has to get that finder's fee. He's probably got somebody who's going to take care of him, going to make sure that they get the finder's fee. The agent gets the remaining commission, and he gets to have a sit around on a couch and play Fortnite or whatever a 19-year-old does while he waits a year until he can actually be legal. But it's a stupid system, and it's just another byproduct of the NBA's archaic rule that you have to be a full year out of high school. So I don't know. Maybe there's a better system, but that's what we have. Curious what you guys think.
Rick, what do you got on this, Rick? You got to have something good on this.
I mean, we're always going to be seeing new forms like this in the coming months and years. And the first thing that comes to my mind is I would love to go back to what we were discussing yesterday on that Manifest flight, and now go jump 5 years in the future and see all the crazy stuff that they're going to have then. Can you imagine? This is just now. I'm sure in a couple of weeks there's going to be something else that comes out, and in a couple of months there'll be something else. In 5.5 years from now, I mean, it's going to be like something we've never even considered, you know? So it just boggles my mind every day. Something, you know, there's new innovators out there always thinking of different ways to, you know, to buck the system. And these kids are, and eventually the NBA is going to have to go back to the, you know, letting high school kids jump right in, because it's going to get ridiculous over the next year or two.
You know what I always thought about? Like, if they really cared about these kids that were going to be one and done, or offering them all this big money, you're talking about a lot of these kids don't come from a lot of money, and they're offering them $200,000. Even when they did 1 year in college and got 20 or 30 million, I believe instead of going to college and wasting all this time, all these kids should have at least gone to, let's say, like 2 semesters at the University of Phoenix on finance and on investment. Like, I'm sure they can't calculate interest rates, APRs, how to invest money, how to divert, what not to waste. At least give the kids that are going to be handed 20 and 30 and 40 million, even 200,000, on how to work with money and finances. I mean, they just throw them out there with no education and no financial education.
I agree 100%. Agree 100%, but we know that, I mean, we're talking fantasy scenario now, because we know that in big time athletics, the moment you tell your coach you want to major in something that's a little bit challenging, he's going to talk you out of it and tell you, no, you know what, why don't you go over here with Jimmy and Johnny and major in
Crystal
human right, some kind of basically glorified PE type degree, kinesiology or
no, but how about just a semester? How about just a semester in interest rates, financing, and mortgage loans, anything, just at the University of Phoenix? Just how to work money a little bit. No majoring in nothing, you know. I mean,
so you're saying like what they called consumer math for the slow kids in high school, maybe like a college version of that.
No, but how nauseating have you guys seen boxers and everybody else that you've seen that they had like 87 million in career earnings, 92 million, and now they're like selling cars or they're shaking hands at Caesar's Palace? Come on. They got to care about these kids, especially nowadays.
Don't disagree.
I mean, or is it just all about money? They don't even care, right? They really, you can tell they don't even care. I mean, now it's like bypass the G League, sign for a sneaker, who cares, kid? Right?
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah,
brutal.
Yeah. I will say though, there is an argument for this scenario, because you could get. What happens if you get injured playing in the G League? Then all of a sudden you don't get the chance to get drafted. Here, I mean, you're injury free. Maybe you run or lift weights or work out or just shoot around. I mean, just something to keep yourself healthy so you're eligible for the draft, whatever the draft comes around. I'm sure. I know one thing they're not doing is actually doing real office work. Can you imagine? Yeah. What is this guy's name?
Darius Baisley. Darius Baisley.
Yeah. I guarantee you Darius Baisley's not sitting in front of a computer crunching numbers for New Balance, you know? Like, Darius, I need that report on my desk at the end of the day. Okay, yeah, boss, you got it.
But I mean, he's but how many guys in his office are 6'9", 210, 10 pounds, and like they're going to be stars? He probably sits there at his cubicle signing autographs, you know, playing a fantasy basketball league and the thing. You know, he's got to be the star in the office, right?
He never steps foot in the office. He's sitting on a couch playing Fortnite.
Oh God!
There's no office.
They probably have a basketball court in there, and they're going to say, "Here, just practice basketball all day."
Rick, I know. Well, we still got a few more minutes because I want to go into, because it might take a little bit of time. But I was thinking of another scenario on that manifest that you just mentioned. So what would happen? Okay, so you know, you're betting with a big guy in New York, and you had a huge future bet on whoever won the Super Bowl that year in 2013. You know, maybe you were going to win $100,000, but you catch the flight to Jamaica, and now you fly back and you disappear for 5.5 years and your team actually won it. So when you land, now it's 5.5 years later, do you still have the right to go to your bookmaker or that guy and say, I won that future bet 5 years ago? You know, like.
I think they'd have to honor the bet. I mean, it would be a big story because I think everybody on that flight's lives would be dissected. So if you didn't, you'd get really bad press. Although I can tell you one book that wouldn't honor it, and that would be Jerry's Nugget. Jerry's Nugget would not honor that bet.
Oh, that's
everybody else.
Yeah, but what if you had a big future? Well, no, because World Sports Exchange went out of business. But what if it was one of your buddies who was a big bookmaker, and like you beat him for 100,000 or 200,000, but you've been gone for 5.5 years. You come back, you realize you won, and your buddy says, I'm not paying you. That was 5.5 years ago. Would you still?
Sorry, Frank. I threw out all my paperwork. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, what are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about. There's a lot.
I think you're screwed there. Yeah, I don't think you're getting paid from your local. Yeah, a Vegas casino, you're good, but a local, no can do.
Oh, you mean you actually think if you had a bunch of future bets like at Boyd or something, and they say 180 days, some of them even go a year, and there were 5 years, and you tried, oh gosh, we got to go on a break. When we come back, you guys, give me a couple of good manifest scenarios related to sports, because this is a real fun show. Fifth Street Sports, Oklahoma Brian, Florida Rick, Frank Perez. We'll be right back.
Not too long ago, it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank, didn't it? For a vacation or a new car. But today, withdrawing your own cash has become risky. Pat Boone here for Swiss America. According to The Secret War, a new Swiss America white paper, I learned that all banks are now required to spy on you and me for the government, and then report any financial behavior deemed suspicious or unusual. You must read The Secret War. It's free. Truth is, I believe the government's new war against cash is really a war against us all. But the secret is now out. So please, get and read The Secret War.
Pick up your phone and call right now. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. Once again, that's 800-932-5517.
Do you have Medicare and do you use a CPAP machine? This is a national healthcare alert regarding your CPAP supplies. Using a clean CPAP mask and clean supplies is important to staying healthy. The best way to make sure your CPAP equipment is clean is to get new supplies. If you have Medicare, we have great news. Medicare will pay for you to have new clean supplies every 90 days. We'll even do all the paperwork for you to make sure that there's little to no out-of-pocket cost to you. And you don't even have to leave your home. We provide free in-home delivery. So if you're a CPAP user and you have Medicare, staying healthy with new CPAP equipment is easy. Just make this free phone call right now to get started.
Call the CPAP hotline now. 800-430-4234. 800-430-4234. That's 800-430-4234. Copays and deductibles apply. Supplies are replaced in accordance with Medicare guidelines.
Are you an inventor who would like to try to have an invention or idea patented and submitted to companies, but you don't know what to do next? Call for free information from InventHelp. InventHelp, a leading inventor service company, has been helping inventors since 1984 and has sales offices located in more than 60 cities nationwide. You'll want to talk to the company that has helped secure more than 7,000 invention patents. So call InventHelp. Even if you have an idea for improving an existing product and don't know where to go with it, you'll still want to call InventHelp for free information. You'll find out how InventHelp may assist you in trying to patent your invention and submit it to companies. So call now.
Call InventHelp at 1-800-316-1738. That's 1-800-316-1738. Get your free information by dialing 1-800-316-1738. That's 1-800-316-1738. 1-800-316-1738.
Guys, we're back here on Fifth Street Sports on Sports Nation. SB Nation Radio Network, Sports Byline, also on American Forces Network. I'm Frank Perez, joined with Oklahoma Brian and Florida Rick. So you guys, give me one of your kind of integrity or WTF things if you got off that manifest flight. That could be a nightmare for somebody.
I don't know if it's not really sports related, but one thought that keeps going through my head is, there's the little kid on the show that I guess he has leukemia or some bad disease. I think it's leukemia. He's 10 years old essentially, right? But now he's 15 or 15 and a half. The one with the hot sister, right? I forgot what the kid's name is, right? But
I think the sister's like 12, bro.
No, really?
I think so.
Wait, so the kid is 7, the kid's 7 and the sister's 12?
7? Right, yeah.
Oh, whoops.
I believe
right.
so.
That sounds bad. Ouch. All right, well, I'm going to continue with this. That sounds horrible. All right, so hear me out, though. The kid will be able to drive a car when he's 11, right? Because his birthday is going to say he's 16. Yeah. How cool would that be? He's going to be a sophomore in high school. He'll be able to buy beer. That's going to be a popular kid, I would think, right?
Yeah. What if he was 15 and he committed a felony and his license says he's 21, but then they try him and say no, but he's really only, would they convict him as an adult?
Yeah, no, I think you have to. This is like the opposite of Miguel Tejada, right? he lies about his age the other way, right? I think Miguel Tejada is actually changed.
I think it's more than just Miguel Tejada.
No, but it kind of reminds me of that one baseball player. Remember that one baseball? He was real famous, and he got in trouble because he was molesting like 12-year-old girls. I forget, it was second baseman for somebody or something. Real famous, and there was a real big joke about him. Like, what did whatever his name was and the tortoise have in common?
God!
They both got there before the hare. But anyways, so let's get back to Manifest. So let's get here on Manifest. Rick, what would be your kind of nightmarish scenario getting off that plane after 5.5 years when you left it, but related to sports? Like maybe you lost a big bet and the guy comes knock on your door and says, "You're back. You owe me $30,000," and you said, "What are you talking about?" Like what do you think?
What's interest?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think, sports-wise, I won't go into the other nightmare scenarios, but sports-wise, it would be a nightmare if I still see Tom Brady lining up a quarterback for the Patriots. Aaron Rodgers still a quarterback for the Packers. Seeing all the same guys, like, wait, these guys are now like in their late 40s and somehow they're still quarterbacking. Like as Brian said, how many spinach shakes is Tom Brady going to drink and what else is in those spinach shakes besides spinach to keep him going in his mid 40s and performing at a high level. But somehow I'd almost expect it. And I believe Aaron Rodgers would fit in that same mold. And I would love to see who the new quarterbacks were, like that we've never heard of before that are starring in the NFL.
Absolutely.
How about this one? How about you get off the plane? You got to make sure all the relatives are alive. Your wife hasn't remarried. Everything's good. You find your comfortable pair of slippers. You sit down on the couch, grab the remote control, turn on the TV, and you find out that Mark Jones is still announcing football games. That's got to be a shot in the gut, right?
That is funny. Hey guys, so now we are, these are cute scenarios. We are talk you can bet on. So Rick, this one's for you. Okay, the Dodgers down 2-0 now, but they basically got to win 4 out of 5. One of our listeners or call-in people here on Fifth Street Social wants to know, what do you think the probability of the Dodgers being able to overcome it from here are?
Oh God. The Dodgers winning the series from here down 2-0. Well, they have to win 3 at home. They're not going to win 2 in Boston, so their only shot is to win 3 straight at home. I do like them in Game 3 with Buehler going against Porcello. Buehler's been unbelievable at home. He's had many problems on the road. Unders has been lights out when he's been pitching at home this year too. So I think Buehler and Under tomorrow makes sense. But gosh, they'll probably have Kershaw going in Game 5. So of course, he'll be going on sale, but they'll have a good shot with him. It's that fourth game. They'll probably have him throw Maeda or Hill. They're going to have a problem winning 3 straight games. Wow, what would you make the line? I haven't even looked at the current series price, but I would have to say from here on out, Boston's about minus 500, 525.
Because the Dodgers got but see, there's such bad managing, even in baseball at this level too. You got to imagine now. I remember in the days when like Gibson and Lolich and these guys would go, they would automatically be pitching game 1, 4, and 7. They got 3 starts in a row and go the distance. Okay, so why, if you've got to win 3, minimum 2 in Dodger Stadium, right? Now you've got your ace Kershaw, who pitches very well at Dodger Stadium. Why would you want to match him against Sale? Why not throw Kershaw in game 4? Because
they might do that.
Because like, why waste Kershaw on a game against Sale, where it gives you your best chance to beat Sale? I got it and everything. But why throw, like, you don't want to have like Ace King against Ace King and hope to like flop the flush. You throw Kershaw in game 4 because you got to win that game, and worry about beating Sale in game 5 with somebody else.
I'm all for it. I agree 100%. And of course, the matchups haven't been released yet for game 4, but I would expect, especially if the Dodgers won tonight, that Kershaw will go in game 4. Sale will 100% not go until game 5. So there's a good possibility that Kershaw will go against another Red Sox pitcher tomorrow. Saturday. If they cut it to 2-1. If they're down 3-0, at that point, they'll probably just hope they can get that win in game 4 and then throw them in game 5. But of course, they're not coming back from down 3-0. So, I think they will. And remember, Kershaw only pitched less than 5 innings, so he should be good to go in game 4. I don't think he'll have a problem,
I agree.
rest-wise there.
I mean, I would definitely throw my Kershaw in game 4 and say it's a must-win regardless. Why not throw your ace against their, your Ace King against their Ace Jack? Why would you want to throw Ace King against Ace King? It's going to be tough to win that hand. But there's such bad managing even at this level, and then with these pitchers on such pitch counts, I don't understand how Gibson and all these guys could throw 22 complete games in one season. Whitey Ford, all these guys threw major complete games all the time, and now they're like, oh, I don't know about Kershaw. He did go 5 innings. He did go 5 innings in game. Come on, man.
And these guys pitched many years too. You're not talking about guys who had short careers. They only pitched a few years and then had injuries. And you're talking about guys who pitched many years in the majors, pitching 20 plus complete games a year, with ERAs in the 2s or low 3s. So how come they were able to do it back, 50, 60 years ago? But now everyone's so guarded and so scared of, throwing a guy more than like 7 innings a game, 2, 3 consecutive starts. It's kind of crazy.
And here's one thought that I have, and I don't know if you guys agree with it or not. I have a real good friend who's a baseball aficionado, and he made sense to me 3 or 4 years ago, but I started researching it. He believes that like every kid right out of college or right out of AAA should get automatically Tommy John surgery. Just get it out of the way. Just get it over with. So I started reading up on it, and I thought that Tommy John surgery cost you speed. Like your 94 mile an hour fastball will go down to 90 or 91. But obviously, it's the other way around. It actually has created more velocity. Like that kid for Boston who throws 97 to 100, he just had Tommy John surgery a year before last. So is now with all these things and Tommy John surgery, and these guys still are on pitch counts, I don't understand what's happened to baseball,
I'm thinking about getting it myself, Frank. I haven't mentioned that yet.
Yeah, that's just because you're watching the late night channels and you might need Tommy John surgery. You know what I mean? But but seriously. So Chris, Rick, we are going to put you down unless something changes on 5th Street Sports You Can Talk On. We're going to write you down for Dodgers and under in Game 3, right?
Yeah.
Unless there's pitching change.
Unless there's pitching change, but the under is I think even stronger than the Dodgers, but I'll stick with the Dodgers too. The Dodgers have to get this one, and Buehler's, like I said, he's been lights out at home this year, so I expect him to continue.
And Brian, for that shirt you're wearing right there, buddy, I got one of my best picks. But I don't know that shirt that you're wearing. I don't get it because I've seen you when we go to dinners. You drink wine. I see you drink coffee, and you got a BYU shirt on.
Yeah.
What's with that?
I had a big bet on BYU a few years ago. So this is actually a funny story. So I got the shirt. My brother and I got the shirt. We were going to the NCAA tournament, and we wanted to, have the swag to go with. It was actually a pretty big bet. And once we got there, the BYU people were really nice. They invited us into like the to their lower seats right by the athletic department, and it was great. And they were super nice. And then between sessions, they had a beer garden with all of the different fans from the teams at the NCAA tournament, and there was the only people that weren't there were BYU fans. So all of a sudden we show up. We were the entire BYU delegation to the beer garden. And we probably had a few too many beers, I would say, because when we went back to sit with the BYU athletic department after the beer garden session, we didn't have the same warm reception that we did beforehand. But what can I say? We had fun.
Speaking of BYU, when we come back, we got a little bit of. We're going to take you guys to the chalkboard. It's Thursday. It's not really like one of our favorite scenarios. It's kind of when you're listening to your teacher at the chalkboard. We don't really like it, but we got to go there because it is talk you can bet on. And Brian, that shirt you have on right now, it's one of my biggest fades this week. So when we come back, Fifth Street Sports. Yeah, hell yeah, baby. When we come back, Fifth Street Sports, Oklahoma Brian, Florida Rick, and Frank Perez. Stay tuned. We're going to the chalkboard. You can bring an AWB.
Want to fly somewhere? Looking for cheap flights or cheap tickets? Then call. That's right. Call the low-cost airline travel hotline now for prices so low we can't publish them anywhere. Low Cost Airlines has all kinds of cheap travel deals. Fly domestically and save up to 75%. You can even fly internationally and save even more. Yes, fly anywhere in the world and save a lot of money on your plane tickets. We'll even save you money with cheap travel deals on hotels, rental cars, even complete travel packages. So don't book your tickets until you call us first for the absolute cheapest prices on U.S. and international airline tickets and hotels. Call right now for prices so low they can't be published. Travel experts are here 24/7 to help. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. That's 800-754-4531. It has been said that everyone has a book in them. But do you have the time or the ability to write your book? Maybe you picked up some skills or had a life experience that you want to pass on in the form of a book to help others. Maybe you want to leave an autobiography for your family. Or maybe you've built a successful business and you want to share your story. At Dorrance Publishing Company, we have professional writers who can help turn your book idea into a finished manuscript quickly and affordably. A Dorrance ghostwriter can provide as much or as little help as you need to complete your book. You'll work directly with your ghostwriter to finish your book faster than you ever could on your own. It's easy to become a published author. Call Dorrance now to learn more. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. Call right now. That number is 800-485-6003.
If you or a loved one is suffering from a physical or emotional condition that has left you unable to work, then listen carefully. Take this number down. 800-593-7491. That's 800-593-7491. When you call, you'll speak with a Social Security disability expert and get a free evaluation to see if you may qualify for disability insurance benefits from the U.S. government. That's right, a monthly cash payment paid directly to you from the Social Security Administration. Whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied disability benefits, call now. The disability attorneys at Pinnacle Disability can help you build your case, file an appeal, and represent you at no upfront cost to you. Don't wait another minute to see if you may qualify for your Social Security disability benefits. Call Pinnacle Disability Group at 800-593-7491 for your free case evaluation. That's 800-593-7491. 800-593-7491. Call now.
Guys, we're back. Fifth Street Sports, Sports Byline, SB Nation Radio Network. Oh, by the way, the name of that baseball player was Luis Polonia. Luis Polonia was the one that molested the 12-year-old girls. Anyways, guys, we were talking about coming up with a little bit of chalk here for the thing. You guys go first, but I got my big chalk play. You go first, Rick. What do you got on the chalkboard?
All right. My first chalkboard play of the week is, and you know how much we hate betting chalk, but when we do, ideally we want to be on chalk when the public's on the dog. So my first one is the play I love even before I realized the public's on the dog is 186 Penn State -6. Can you believe the public is 71% on Iowa in this game? It's just amazing to me. I don't see what they're seeing, but I mean I know Penn State struggled a bit, but I think Penn State wins this game going away. I think Penn State could win this game by three touchdowns. I love Penn State 186 -6 today.
Okay, I'm charting this down. You guys are hot. Brian, you're on the chalkboard, buddy.
So I'm going to be a little bit of a Debbie Downer on your Penn State play. Just the only thing that worries me is the line relative to where it opened. Do you remember where that game opened?
4.5.
I thought it was 3.5. Okay, 4.5, no big deal. So if that's the case, I retract my opposition. All right, here I go. Oklahoma Bryans on Oklahoma. I like Oklahoma a lot this week. I think that this is a statement game for Oklahoma. So very unathletic defense in Kansas State. I think that the Heisman is slipping out of Murray's hands, and this is kind of basically he's going to have to put up some sick numbers this week, and I think he will. I think Oklahoma jumps on them early, and this is a big time route. I love Oklahoma in this game, and if you've been paying attention, I'm against Oklahoma and Oklahoma State.
So you're gonna lay 24. You're gonna lay 24.5 on this.
I laid 23.5 already, but I would lay 24.5 if I hadn't. Yeah, it's 24.5 right now, but yeah,
wow,
no problem.
Talk about chalk, baby.
This is another game where the public is surprisingly on the dog. I think it's about 54% public is on the dog, and just like the Penn State game, there's been reverse line movement, but the line's gone up a point from 23.5 to 24.5. Those are usually pretty strong plays. Just don't even factor in what you know in terms of college football. Players and teams just go by that kind of reverse line movement, and in the long run, you're going to benefit.
You know what, Brian? I just caught myself after Brian finished. I just caught myself, and I'm going to actually give myself a selfie personal foul. How could I even, as hot as you are, how could I even have said, "Oh, you're going to lay 24"? I'm going to give myself a personal foul just for questioning that. All right, Brian, because you've been that hot. But you guys, I'm going to give you a little early chalk. I really like this game. And here we go with breaking news, you guys. We got breaking news coming in. That's America's worst bettor. America's worst gambler, bettor. This guy, but he hasn't been that bad. He's on the loose. Let me see what he's going to come in with. Remember, we fade this guy. This guy has been a 15-year consistent loser. So we're going to fade him, but I don't know what he's coming in with. He's going to, there it is, game 208. Notre Dame -23.5. Brian, that matches with your money line Great Pyrenees you took here with Navy plus 1,300 if you talked your bookmaker into it. But guys,
you're right.
Right? I mean, America's worst bettor. Boy, he's just he didn't even know he flat out challenged you and laid you 23.5.
I think that's an absolutely insane bet this late in the year. Laying 23.5 points, going across the country. Well, I guess both teams are going across the country, but not exactly a normal Notre Dame home game. I think they can lose the game.
Really? All right, guys, here's my chalk. No laughing, please. It's game 114, West Virginia -13.5 against Baylor. Rick, this falls into your category. They've been taking Baylor plus the 14.5, 14. It's down to 13.5. I think West Virginia hammers this Baylor squad at home. I think the Baylor Bears have been up and down, but way overrated. West Virginia should be coming strong. That's going to be my chalk. And we got one more chalk play each. And then, Brian, you touched on something after this. You touched on this Oklahoma Heisman thing. After we give out our other one chalk thing play again, let's go back to this Heisman race just for a second. So, Rick, you're up at the chalkboard, brother. I'm writing it down.
Okay, I do like your play, Frank. I'm with you on that play as a 13.5 point favorite, if you can still get it. But my next play is, I believe it's opposing you from earlier in the week. I like game 167, Georgia, -6.5 in Jacksonville over the Gators Saturday afternoon. They've had both teams had a week, extra week to prepare for this game. Georgia's still angry after that LSU loss. They know they're going to have to, win out and probably beat Bama in the title game to go to the playoffs. So I think they get this one done. They get it done relatively easily, and I think Georgia's a pretty strong play here at less than a touchdown favorite.
Wow, there you go. There it is. I'm writing it down. I'm gonna get off of mine now. You got me off this winter.
We'll about that around 7 o'clock Saturday.
Brian's at the chalkboard, buddy. What do you got? I know you hate to do this, Brian. This is like turning in your homework early, but you got to do it, buddy.
I got to do it. I'm going to do it. Okay, I'm going to go to. I'm thinking if I go to the NFL on this one, unless I can find something better. Yeah, I would use that Clemson game that I gave out on Monday, but I've lost too much line value. I'm going to get NFL, and I'm going to lay some chalk here. I'm going to take the LA Rams -9.5 at home against the Packers. It's a lot of points for an NFL game, but man, I feel like these teams are really far apart. I don't think the public realizes how down the Packers really are, and there's something about the Rams playing home games in the Coliseum. They seem to really hit a kind of another gear that they don't have on the road. They have no problem covering big numbers like this. So I'll comfortably lay 9.5.
Gosh, Brian, I
saw you wince when I said that. You don't like that one, huh?
Yeah, no, I got to tell you, because I hope you do the same money management thing where, when you remember when you were like my dad as money management, the only strategy he ever gave me for money management was before you go into the strip clubs, go to the bank and break your bills down from big bills to little bills and make sure they're in separate pockets. So make sure you separate your big bills from your little bills. I hope when you go to the window and bet these Rams, you reach into your little money pocket, because I've seen 3 of our sharpest accounts come in on the Packers.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah. So, but I, once again, I don't want to give myself another personal foul here. I'm not going to question you, but you guys, I like Texas. As they're not big chalk, but I think Texas is the real deal.
I do like that one. I know that's opposite of your dog pound game, Rick, but I'd like Texas as well. Yeah. You know what? If I had thought of that, I could have saved myself that Rams bet.
Yeah, because I don't know, Brian, but we spy and steal plays, and we got the sharpest accounts available to us, and these guys are all in on the Packers, by the way. So
yikes!
You may have to get a timeout.
I don't necessarily like either of your guys' last 2 picks, but we'll see what happens over the weekend. I think both those are questionable picks.
You know what? I was at home making a sandwich at lunch, watching some ridiculous show on ESPN. Steve Young put that in my head. So if it doesn't go well, I'm blaming it on Steve Young.
Well, you got the BYU shirt on. I mean,
there you go. That's it.
Yeah,
I was actually wearing the BYU shirt.
You know what, Brian? I think
Lord
you're
works in
secretly
mysterious
trying
ways. Maybe.
Are you on a mission here trying to convert us, Brian?
Mormon. Yeah.
Rick, we better watch it. He might be trying to indoctrinate us here with this Steve Young, BYU. You following here? But anyway,
he's told me he's into his magic underwear. He's said that for years.
Oh, so. The magic jammies, the magic jammies.
Yeah,
that's
I'm
right.
pretty sure he's got none right now, but I don't want to see it.
Hey guys, this is one that I correct me if I'm wrong or not, but this Heisman is realistically down to 2 guys: the Alabama quarterback and Murray for Oklahoma. Is it down to like a 2-man race here for the Heisman?
Are you not even going to try to pronounce his name?
Tagovailoa. I don't need. Is it Tagovailoa?
Just say Tua.
Tagovailoa or something. What is it?
Tua.
Yeah, I just go with myself. Well, let me ask you a question.
I believe it's Tua Tagovailoa. I believe that's right.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, I'm an Alabama grad. I should know it. Question though, what do you think happens with Murray? I mean, he's obviously a long shot to win the Heisman. Do you think he comes back next year? I know officially this was a 1-year deal, and he was going to go back to playing baseball with Oakland, I guess. But I kind of think there's a good chance he's coming back. You can tell he's having a great time. He's definitely an NFL prospect if he wants to be. What do you think? What do you think happens with him, Rick? You think he's back for another year?
That's a tough one. I mean, they made a deal. I don't think Oakland's gonna let him come back for another year unless he violates his contract. I don't think so. I think this is his last year, and I think the smart thing for him is to play baseball. I mean, he's obviously got a set big contract. We're not sure he's a true NFL quarterback. I think this is gonna be the last time we see him. I don't think we're gonna see him next year.
I wish we could bet that, because I would bet he comes back.
So it is just a two-man race, you think, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And the Alabama guy has to be how big a favorite is he? $1.80, $1.90 favorite to win it?
Yeah, about 2-1, right?
About 2-1.
Yeah.
I like him too.
Well,
You know, I was reading an interesting story on Tom Brady. You know, Tom Brady went to college to play baseball. I mean, or was gonna go to college to play baseball, and then his friend talked to him and says, why don't you try football? You're like good at football. And he talked him into going to Michigan to play football. He said if his friend wouldn't have talked to him at that time, he would have played baseball. We would have never seen Tom Brady. It was that close of a decision.
Wow. It could have saved me a lot of money.
Me too. Oh, especially this year, Brian. I mean, boy, but your Dolphins are, well, boy, it looks really good for you, but it looks like the cream's going to come back to the top.
Yeah, they're within striking distance. I'm happy with all of my features bets. At this point, I think you got to be happy to be within a game if you have Dolphins features.
And then like your Giants, you're already spending that anti-Giants money, right?
It's already been spent. Yeah, it's
already
been spent.
It's already been spent. Wow, you guys. So now, you guys, when we come back on the next segment, because we have a lot of our, Brian, a lot of these guys, you have really plumped up their bank accounts over here. They're feeling like real chubby in their bank accounts. When they come back, they're chomping at the bit to get some of your plays for tonight. So
Let's do it.
You're gonna be on the clock, buddy. Here for. I know we discussed a couple of plays on the ice that you're gonna do. You like one of the. I forget one of your best plays here in the NBA. But when you come back, let's absolutely share that with our listeners on that, because I'll tell you one thing: if they've been following your plays, they made a lot of money lately.
We got a nice little slate tonight, too. 5 college football games, the NFL game, 4 NBA games, a full slate of NHL, I think 10 games on the ice. It's a nice Thursday night. If you have nothing to do and stay home, you'll have a fun time at the house betting all these games.
Plus, I know, Brian, like tonight's a good night to open up the Wong wrapper, right? Like you can open up the Wong, right?
Oh, but yes. We're going to start a Wong tonight. For sure. It'll be a Wong weekend. It all starts tonight.
Remember now, last week we got started. It sucks on your round robins and all them when your first one loses like Arizona last week. So we're going to try to get this one in the bucket tonight. We'll be right back. 5th Street Sports, Oklahoma Brian, Florida Rick, Frank Perez. Be back in just a few minutes. Stay tuned.
If you or a loved one is suffering from a physical or emotional condition that has left you unable to work, then listen carefully. Take this number down: 800-593-7491. That's 800-593-7491. When you call, you'll speak with a Social Security disability expert and get a free evaluation to see if you may qualify for disability insurance benefits from the U.S. government. That's right, a monthly cash payment paid directly to you from the Social Security Administration. Whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied disability benefits, call now. The disability attorneys at Pinnacle Disability can help you build your case, file an appeal, and represent you at no upfront cost to you. Don't wait another minute to see if you may qualify for your Social Security disability benefits. Call Pinnacle Disability Group at 800-593-7491 for your free case evaluation. That's 800-593-7491. 800-593-7491. Call now.
If you or someone you love suffers from drug addiction, now is the time to utilize your private health insurance PPO plan. If eligible, receive up to $30,000 or more in substance abuse benefits with low or no out-of-pocket cost. We are the National Treatment Network, the premier drug and alcohol treatment referral service operating 24/7. We help connect you with facilities nationwide that accepts PPO private health insurance for substance abuse. If you have PPO substance abuse coverage and you need immediate admittance to a medical detox or residential rehab treatment center, call us now. Call our live referral helpline today. The call is free. This program is not available to Medicare or Medicaid customers.
Call 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. That's 800-296-1252.
Attention to anyone that's written a book or wants to write a book. The process is not that complicated. Take a first step. Even if you write a page a day, you'll build momentum and your book will become a reality. The hard part is getting it published. That's when you need to call Page Publishing. They've got hundreds and hundreds of thank yous from different new authors, just like you. They make the process of publishing your new book and getting it sold online a simple process. You can learn how simple it is right now by calling for your free Page Publishing New Author Submission Kit. One quick 3-minute phone call, that's all it takes to get free information and learn how you can get your book published. Pick up your phone right now and call us 24 hours a day at this number. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. That's 800-603-0885.
Okay, guys, we're back here on 5th Street Sports. We got a short segment, but a powerful one because this, I got to tell you what, I mean, from all of our listeners and everybody in the studio, when they know that Oklahoma Brian and Florida Rick are about to give out their betting selections for tonight's propositions and games, you guys, right now, everybody's waiting around here until you guys talk, and it's about as loud as a mouse pissing on cotton right now. Everybody's waiting for you guys to speak, and I know I'm like the Rodney Dangerfield lately of the show, you know. And my mother, instead of breastfeeding me, said, "Can't we just be friends?" I get no respect at all, but they're waiting for you guys. Listen to how quiet it is. Wait. All right, Brian, go for it.
This is the E.F. Hutton moment, huh?
Yes, sir.
So I got honors. I get to go first, I guess. Is that the deal?
Well, yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to start off in the NHL.
Okay.
And I'll go with the Washington Capitals. Should lay about 115. Been pretty good with hockey lately, and hopefully it continues tonight with Washington. Then let's go over to college football. I like both Georgia Tech and over. So Georgia Tech should be getting about, you can get 3.5 on the game now. So I'll gladly take the 3.5. And over, it looks like you're going over 58.5 right now. Some 59s out there.
By the way, you're on in hockey. You're 5-0, and since you started running around the ice.
Maybe if I win tonight, I might retire from hockey.
No, you're not going nowhere, brother. Everybody's waiting over here like this, like they're talking like the like the dolly here. Okay, Rick, you've been really well. What do you got, buddy?
A couple NBA plays tonight. First off, the Lakers coming off their first win last night. I think they're going to be on a roll. 2 in a row tonight at home against Denver. I think they're going to win outright, getting 3. And I like under 218 in Boston, Oklahoma City. It's moved 7.5 points to the over. There's a point where you have to just say enough's enough and hit the other side. That's where I think we draw the line. Under in Boston, OKC. So
here you goes, guys. You got it. You got Rick with the Lakers +3, Boston under 218.5, Brian, Washington Capitals on the ice, Georgia Tech and over 5 plays. 5th Street Sports, we appreciate you. Thanks for listening. See you tomorrow, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. Thanks again.